health. We always use our Saturday evenings from 8 to 9 to talk about health, to talk about business. And today we are going to be talking about a particular topic that we don't often talk about generally as people, as Ugandans, but which is very, very key in terms of how we look after ourselves and how we ensure that we maintain good health. And this topic is detox. I'm sorry, my place is a bit dark. We don't have electricity, so I'm just trying to use a light here and there. But I think the important thing is that you can hear me. So the video will not be that great, but nevertheless, we go on. So today we are going to be talking about detox. And detox, I don't know if any of you on the call have done detox before, but if you haven't done detox before, I hope that after this call, you'll be encouraged to do detox every so often or regularly. So you'll ask me, what is detox? So detox is the way to, is a process that aims at removing toxins and harmful substances from our bodies. So detox cleanses out waste from the digestive tract. That is one of the ways that detox works. Then it also reduces inflammation. When you do a detox, it will reduce inflammation. It helps to boost our immune system. And then it slows down aging by slowing down the decay. So slowing down cellular decay. So I'll be talking about some of these as we go along. It also improves the appearance of your skin. So you'll have a better skin and hair when you do detox regularly. And then if you are wanting to do a weight loss program, this is a very good way to start by first cleansing out of the system, the waste and the products that are in your body that should be eliminated already. Then it also helps you to sleep better. You'll not have a foggy brain. I know people who, once in a while, I find it difficult maybe to remember or, takes me to think about something that I would normally have gotten right away. That is not purely because you have a detox, but having a lot of toxins in your body can be a contributory factor into some of these issues that I'm talking about. Who lose weight very easily, they are losing weight at a very high rate, irrespective of the fact that they're eating. That maybe there's a possibility because the bodies are not able to absorb nutrients that they take in to be able to support the body to have, to support the body function the way it should. And then sometimes detox is recommended in case somebody is going to have a medical procedure. That is usually recommended. And this is the kind of detox that could help that recommendation that the doctor would have given. So detox is so important for our bodies, to the extent that you and I know that, or if you do not know now, you will know that you are more likely to die of constipation much quicker than you will die from hunger. So, if you are constipated for a long time and it's acute constipation, maybe you're not able to pass at all, to eliminate that, the waste at all, you're more likely to die quicker from that than you would actually die from hunger. So, and that is, thirst and urine. If you have acute inability to pass urine, usually that is an emergency issue. So you need to see a doctor as quickly as possible. So that sometimes they would even recommend surgery if you're in an acute situation. That goes to show how much detox is important and how much we should consider it as part of our healthy living. So you'll ask another question. Another question could be, what are the signs that you need to detox? Of course, like I said, each one of us, every adult are putting detox as part of their health program. And it could be planned even at the beginning of the year, and you know that I'm going to detox every so often, and dates and what's on, and that helps you to plan your budget, because a detox also comes with it to buy those extra things that you wouldn't normally have, and I'll be talking about these a little bit later. The things that you will need, the products that you will need to support your detox program. So some of the signs that you need to detox, and these are not exclusive. So it's not that when you have these signs, then it's because of the toxins. It could be some other contributory factors. But I just wanted to mention just a few. There are several others. I just wanted to mention just a few. Things like fatigue, and then headaches that are not necessarily due to another condition. Then you might have insomnia, and inability to have a decent sleep. You have bloating or other digestive issues. You have mood swings, skin conditions. Maybe you have acne. You have maybe the skin is breaking out with all sorts of things like zits and all of that. Then constipation. Then I also already talked about brain fog. So these are just a few of the signs that you need to detox. So another question that could come from us could be that where do these toxins come from? So it is very difficult to live a life without toxins. First of all, the body itself naturally produces waste. So in our day-to-day living, as the body works, and as the body produces new cells, then the old cells really need to be eliminated from the system. So that is already waste. So the body itself creates toxins that needs to leave the body. But also the environmental factors. There are environmental factors, things like air pollution. The air that we breathe is not the cleanest of all, especially for us who live in the cities or near the cities, where there's a lot of motorization. So that means that there's a lot of motorization, industrialization, and all of that. That means that the air itself is polluted. So those pollutants in the air get into our systems, and they produce those toxins. Then the water that we drink, we quite severally drink water from plastic containers, and we have heard so often how the chemicals from these plastics, especially if they've been exposed to heat, somehow get into the water, and as you drink, you're taking in some of those chemicals that are coming from that water, or from the other drinks that we take. Then also pesticides, maybe the pesticides that are sprayed around your home area, around your workplace, but also pesticides that are sprayed on the food that we eat. They also somehow get into our system, and are part of those toxins that we are talking about, that get into our bodies and need to be taken out through the elimination process. Then the food and drinks, especially junk food. There's a lot of junk food create a lot of toxins in our bodies, and that is why it's always encouraged to stay away from junk food as much as possible, because the way that we can reduce the toxin buildup in our bodies, then we must. And getting rid of junk food, things like processed food, foods with a lot of sugars, and then of course there's alcohol. Alcohol contains quite a bit of toxins, so it is important that we stay away from it or minimize the intake. Personal care products are also some of the items that contribute to toxins in our bodies. We're talking about cosmetics, skincare products, and hair care products, although the other products that we use for our personal care. And on that note, I would like to recommend that we always try and use products that are good for our health. And in this case, I will talk about our Neolife products. We've talked about these separately, but for those of us who may be new to our meetings. We cannot talk about this in detail because we're only measuring on detox, but just to say that Neolife products are actually very, very environmentally friendly. They are made from natural ingredients that are good for humans and are good for the environment as well. So there will not be any toxins that will come from the products that will come from Neolife, because they are very carefully made from natural products, and as such are very good for our human system. Then another area where we get toxins into our bodies is through household chemicals or household items, such as cleaning products. This is very, very key because we are exposed to these cleaning products every single day, morning, evening, through, cleaning our houses, washing our clothes, even body care, showering and all of that. So these items that we use quite often have toxins, and this is why we're always encouraged to read the labels on the products that we use. But also, I would like to use this opportunity to mention that we have a range of wonderful cleaning products in Neolife that are, just like I mentioned about this, the personal care products that are very, very good for humans, because they are made from natural ingredients and they are biodegradable. So they're good for the environment. They're good for us as the humans, and they do not at any point affect or contribute to the toxins that we are talking about. So at the opportune moment, we'll probably talk about the cleaning products that we have. But I would also like to encourage us, when you do want to do some research, Dr. Eseza has quite a number of recordings on cleaning products and why we should use these cleaning products vis-a-vis the other products that we get on the shelves from the supermarkets that we visit, and from there you'll understand why it's important to be very keen when you're purchasing a product to clean your house. It's not just it doesn't just end there cleaning the house. It has repercussions on your body and on the way your system works, for yourself and for the people for the loved ones that you live in your home, including your children. So I would like to encourage that you use the material that is already available on the internet for you learning about these products. But at some point in the future, we shall also have a segment where we shall talk about so that you get to understand why you should be moving away from just that it as a product for cleaning, but also looking at the repercussions that it have on your body. Another area where we get toxins is through medication. Medication, when you're sick, of course, you've got to take medicine, but unfortunately, some of this medicine affects you through the toxins that they leave in your system. And why another way why it's important to do your regular detox. Yes, another area is through stress. If you're stressed, then the create some toxins in your body. If you're not sleeping well, and then it becomes like a vicious cycle, because you're not sleeping well, then you have a toxin build up in your system, and because you have a toxin build up in your system, then you're not sleeping well. So yeah. And then also because we grow older every day, so our system sort of gets slower and so on. It becomes even much more when you're at an advanced stage. So also the body system or the elimination process sort of slows down as you grow older. So that's why it's important every so often, to support our natural system, to be able to eliminate those products, those waste products in our system, and give the body a good chance to actually function optimally as it can. So another question that I would imagine would be that how often should one detox? People will detox differently. Some will do it maybe weekly, or some will do it monthly. Some will do it maybe once or twice a year. But personally, I'm going to recommend, and this is what is recommended generally by New Life, is the 3-day detox that can be done every month. It's very easy, and it's in just 2 steps, really. So then if you are keen and would buy into detoxing every month, then that means that on your calendar, you can just map out only 3 days in a month to do your detox, because there will be a build-up anyway within those 3 months, whether within that month, and then you know that within the month, maybe at the end of the month, or whatever dates you choose, that you map out just 3 days to do your detox. So now I'll talk about this detox program. It's very simple and can be done by anybody, as long as you have your mindset to it. So day one and day 2 will be similar in terms of what you take during this detox program. And we call day 1 and day 2 as the cleanse days. So in those days, you're mainly cleansing, taking out the waste mainly. So I'm going to talk about the products that you would use to support this cleansing period in those 2 days. So the first product is stage 6. So stage 6 is one of New Life's wonderful products, one of the many wonderful products that helps in the process of elimination. And as you hear, the name suggests stage 6, it means it is the last stage in the digestive system. So, you know, you have, when you take food and then it goes into the system, then there's digestion and all of that. Then at the end, of course, there's the elimination process, the elimination stage. So stage 6 is that very last stage, and that is elimination. So this product helps with the elimination. And then another product that I recommend is a garlic allium complex, one of the many wonderful products of New Life. And just a few of the benefits. There's many wonderful benefits of garlic allium, but particularly for this, while I'm talking about detox, is it is an antioxidant. It strengthens the immune system. It's an anti-inflammatory. And it lowers cholesterol. There's so many benefits to garlic allium, but I'm just mentioning this just for the benefit of our detox program. Then another product that we recommend for the detox program is Beta-Gut. Beta-Gut was developed by the renowned cancer researcher and toxicologist, and who is also the founder of the New Life's Advisory Scientific Board, which we're very, very proud of. And he's called Dr. Arthur Fast. So this Beta-Gut, it has special nutrients that help the body to detoxify. Basically, it helps the body to be able to remove those toxins from the body. And then now that when the toxins get removed from the body, the stage 6 will help to eliminate them. It's really a wonderful, wonderful process. And then another product that we recommend is Trienen. Because Trienen, first of all, it helps the body to produce quality cells, but also I think you've severally had Lion Kings and maybe the New Life team talking about you know, are you tired of being tired? And the recommendation is that if you're tired, if you have maybe chronic fatigue, or you're usually tired, that you take Trienen to help you, you know, boost your energy, but it also helps your cells. It helps to build healthy cells in your body, and we know that you're as healthy as your cells. So the health of your cells determine your health as an individual. Then also during this time, you drink plenty. You take plenty of fluids. The first fluid that is recommended is the New Life tea. But you can also drink plenty of water. And then during these 2 days, also take a lot of Don't limit yourself. You can eat as much fruits and vegetables as possible. Just ensure that they are well cleaned. You can clean them with with LDC, one of our good products that ensures that the fruit or the vegetable is properly cleaned before the intake. And then drink as much as possible throughout the day. So these are the first 2 days of the detox. So when you go to the third day, I'm sorry, power is back. I was just going to say that I'm trying to be fast because I saw my light was dwindling and I was soon going to be out of power. But luckily, power is back. So hi, now I can see myself as well. So on the third day, the first and the second day we say they're the cleanse days, and then now the third day, which is the last day, is the balance and energize. So after the 2 days, you're really taking out all the toxins from your system. And then on the third day, you continue taking out the toxins from the system, but now you're also balancing the system and also energizing. So the third day we take bitter gourd. We recommend that you take bitter gourd, and then continue with stage 6, and then as well as trianen. But then now we are also introducing 2 more products. No, just 1 more product, and this is the New Life Shake. Whenever I talk about the New Life Shake, I talk about it with so much energy because I love the New Life Shake. It's not only delicious, but it's also a wonderful lean protein, very high quality protein that would replace, that is also called a meal replacement. So it has really amazing nutrients that can very ably replace a meal, and not just replace, but also replace with quality, because it's a very quality protein. I've spoken about it severally about how it helped our baby who was not eating well and had developed terrible constipation, and when it was introduced, because of the fiber in the shake, she was able to get her system back in order, and the suffering stopped thereafter. So as you're taking this New Life Shake, you can have it for breakfast, and then in between breakfast and lunch, you can have your New Life tea. You can have water. You can have, take plenty of fluids as much as possible. But of course, when I talk about fluids, you stay away from caffeinated drinks, and then these other packed drinks, because they have a lot of sugar. You want to ensure that you keep away from all the things that you are trying to detoxify against. So I would advise that you drink water and drink juice, but without sugar. Drink New Life tea that I mentioned earlier. And then also take probiotic yogurt. And why I'm saying take probiotic yogurt is that probiotic yogurt will have the friendly bacteria that is good for your gut. So as we're talking about balancing, we're taking out all the bad and we're introducing the good. So, and one of those introduce the good is actually for you in your gut is to have a probiotic yogurt. So have it as one of the foods that you're taking, but please ensure that it is unsweetened yogurt. So get probiotic yogurt, but ensure that you're getting the one that is unsweetened, not flavored, just plain. It is good for you. It is good for your system. And then also for lunch, you can have your New Life Shake. It is in 3 different flavors. I believe it's berry, there's chocolate, there's vanilla. My favorite is vanilla, but we have different preferences. And then have that for your breakfast and for your lunch. And then for your dinner, you have a nice whole meal. Fruits, a lot of vegetables, nice lean protein. Maybe you can have a lean beef or chicken, but make sure that your plate looks good. And when I say looks good, it means it should be colorful, but in a good way, in a way that appeals to your body due to the nutrients that will be in that food. So really, that is your 3 detox program. And if you ask me, it is not difficult to do. And also, if you ask me, I've done it, I think, twice. I did it last year, and I just did it just a week gone by, because as I was preparing to talk about it, I needed to feel like I'm talking about something that I've just recently done, and I feel really good. I feel much lighter. I'm not trying to lose weight or anything, but even then, somehow you start feeling sluggish if there's a lot of toxin buildup. And now I feel much lighter. I feel, my mood is much better. So I really would like to recommend this detox program to everybody, to your friends, to your family. And the products I just mentioned are easy to take. It's not a tough regimen. It's just about the discipline and the determination to do so. So basically, that is it for our detox program. I hope that it was helpful for you, and hope that you learned a thing or two. But if there is anything that you'd like to, if there is any more information that you would like outside of this conversation that we've had, please feel free to reach out to the person that invited you to the meeting, and hopefully that you get all the information that you need. I would like to also, as I close, and before I invite Dr. Eseza to come and give us a few remarks, I would like to remind you that Lion Kings is organizing a trip to Zanzibar, and we intend to make it one that is very, very special for you. So please, as you make your plans for the year, please plan to join us in Zanzibar. It's going to be really amazing. It's going to be the we don't want to be sharing. It is 2.8 million. But if you do qualify, the money is going to be refunded back to you. So the 2.8 you pay, I believe the deadline is in July. So if you could start making plans to make your payment, and that will enable the organizers to plan for you on the other end. And the actual event or the travel is going to be in October. So, but the payment deadline is in July. So please plan to be part of this team, to enjoy the new lifestyle. And it will be an honor and a pleasure to have you on the team. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to, at this point, invite our very own Dr. Eseza, all the way from South Africa. I met Dr. Eseza for the first time physically in Mauritius, and it was such an honor to see her physically. Dr. Eseza and her husband had been, of course, listening to Dr. Eseza, and I always told Mohammed how much I get inspired from her trainings, and how much I've learned from the trainings that she very, very expertly does. So, Dr. Eseza, if you can hear me, I would like to invite you specially to come and say hello to the team, and inspire us the new life way. So please unmute yourself and give us a word or two before we close. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Susan. It was an absolute pleasure to meet you as well in Mauritius with your better half, with Justus. I call Justus my great-grandchild. So I don't know what that makes you, because meeting you was such a pleasure. It was like meeting my long-lost sister. Eh? So yeah, thank you so much for your presentation. And I'm so excited that you're going to Zanzibar. Maybe I should join you. I would love that very much. Okay, well done on your presentation of the detox program. I just want to fill in a few short and very few points about it. Yes, it is true that we do need to detox regularly, and it is a process that the body needs. It's actually crucial. And I just want to again highlight that the first supplement that starts that process is actually TRNN. And for those of you who are new here, you might not know what TRNN is. Well, the story goes that a long time ago, we were getting whole grain. We were getting everything in, let's say, maize or wheat or rice or soy or whatever grain, we were getting everything. And everything included the oil, the be it wheat germ oil or rice bran oil, or whatever oil that grain is supposed to have. Even the maize, if you look at a grain of maize, it has that yellow part at the bottom that seems to connect it to the cob. That has oil. And now, with the moving of people from the farms into cities and towns, it became necessary to present the food to us in packets or in sacks, and for it to stay long on the shelf, or at least long enough, they had to remove that oil. That is the biggest mistake that has ever been made in the history of the world, I believe. Because without that oil, we all are battling with malnutrition. Why? Because our cells are now not being made properly. You know, when I first saw Neolife, I looked at our biochemistry that we were being taught. And by the way, I didn't introduce myself, but anyway, let me assume that you all know that I am a medical doctor. And we were learning in biochemistry that the chemistry of the cell membranes and other membranes within the cell was made very specifically out of certain oils. Those oils happen to be the ones that are found in grain. Now you just have to pause and think to yourself, my God, our Creator is brilliant, you know? He knew that the stuff that we should be eating is the stuff that our bodies are made out of. So when you hear the phrase, you are what you eat, it is true. We are indeed what we eat. But now we're eating a lot of junk fats and we're not getting the correct oil. We're eating stuff that has been fabricated, like margarine, and that is not doing us any good. Now, on top of that, Susan has so well described how we get exposed to toxins through our home care, our skin care, our medications even, and a lot of people are on medications, and through the fumes, through industrializations and the motorization of society. So we are full of toxins. And so that is why it's important. But if you supply your body with that very fundamental product that will give you the oils to make the cells pliable and very permeable to nutrients coming in and toxins exiting, leaving the cell, that is where detox begins, as that is where nutrition also begins. And that's what we learned from Neolife. It's an amazing company which is so generous with information. And if we all can understand that, that the two things that are making people sickest are malnutrition and overburden with toxins, too much toxicity. so malnutrition and toxicity, then you'd get the logic behind why Neolife says everything should be done at a cellular level. Everything should actually be focused on those cells. We are made out of 73 trillion cells, and on top of that, we have other cells that live in us, in our gut, called the gut microbiome. Then we have the skin microbiome, that is bacteria that live on the skin, in our hair, everywhere, even in our lungs. So we need to be so mindful to supply what the body requires. And that's why Susan went to great lengths to describe about the value of detoxification and the value of good nutrition as well. Now, you don't do it once and stop. You need to get, as Susan said, put it on your calendar to know that on such and such a day, you're going to do your detox. I make sure that I have my things, the supplements that I need to do the detox. But I want to point out that, yeah, the cheapest form of detoxification is fasting. Okay, that is the most fundamental form of detoxification. And I guess that's where the rationale behind you will die faster from too many toxins than you will from a little bit of hunger. That's why fasting is a practice that many communities find very, very useful, both for religious reasons as well as for health reasons. So it really does work, because if you give your stomach and your digestive system a break, you might just say, okay, I'm going to drink plenty of fluid, particularly water. That's the best fluid, as long as it is clean and free of too many toxins. Then your body calms down and it goes into a state called autophagy. If you haven't heard of autophagy, that is when the body actually gets rid of cells that are no longer useful. But before it does that, it extracts all the useful bits of that cell. True story, the body is clever enough to do that, and recycles the useful bits of cells, and the rest is escorted out through the gut. So I'm putting a challenge for each one of you to go on maybe a 2 or 3 day water fast, if you can survive that long. The logic would tell you that, oh my gosh, nothing will come out of me in the toilet because I'm not eating anything. You'll be shocked that your body suddenly will mobilize all the junk that it has been dying to mobilize and throw it out of your system. If you can stretch it to 5 days, then you're very brave, I must tell you, but it is possible. At the end of those 2 or 3 days, or if you can stretch it to 5, that is sort of like the ideal, the sweet spot. Your body will have gotten rid of a lot of things, and it is a very effective form of detoxification. But I recommend that perhaps you either maintain your TRNN or you maintain your omega-3 or both. And then if you really want to fine-tune it, that's what Susan was explaining. Put in some beta-GAD and stage 6, then it will just expedite the process. And that's why we have those supplements. But a lot of people, when they are starting, might not be able to start with all those things. So choose what is affordable, share with your family, invite your relatives and say, let's do this together. Let's pool money and detox together. And then repeat the process maybe in 4 to 6 to 8 weeks time. That's sort of like the a good time. But then it also depends on where you live. If you live in an area with lots of toxins, it's advisable to do it more frequently. If you live out in the country, the countryside where there are fewer toxins, you might do it every 3 or 4 months. That would be adequate. Okay, then another form of detox. I'm just thinking of additional ways that you can detox is to exercise. Okay, a lot of us have been spoiled by having office jobs or sitting in our houses and watching TV, or having even if we're doing our business, but we don't really exert ourselves. Exercise is so important. It's something that you need to put into your routine regularly. And the cheapest form of exercise is walking. And if you can get into the habit of doing a brisk walk, that will not only elevate your pulse rate so that your heart also gets exercised, but also break out into a sweat. That sweating, perspiring, actually is a form of detox. We don't do enough of it. So just remember those other things that you need to be doing in addition to the 3-day detox or the longer detoxification methods that we have. So drinking good, clear water is important. Eating lots of vegetables and fruits is important. And I've talked about fasting. If you choose to a few days of fasting, that's a form of detox. And obviously exercising. Now, why would we want to do all that? I think one of the key things is to clear the body so that we don't have all those accumulations. You see, we are looking around and we're wondering, why are people falling sick? Toxins lead to disease. And one of the things that everybody is saying, why do people as they grow older tend to get certain conditions like diabetes, arthritis, even cancers? Well, the body after a while becomes so overburdened that one has to be mindful of the need to detox. And the earlier we start, the better we make a routine of it as a lifestyle. I've actually written a blog where I said, can fasting become a lifestyle? Yes, it can. And by that, I meant that you can adopt intermittent fasting, which means you eat within a narrow window in your day. And you will be amazed at what your body will become. It becomes more efficient, your brain becomes clearer, and you learn the foods that will help you and those that will harm you. And that's another way of fasting, eliminating foods that are harmful to you. There are many. We call them inflammatory foods. If you learn about it, you'll know what your body likes and works best with and what is actually harming you. A lot of people are getting a lot of harm from many, many things, but they just continue until the body becomes numb, literally numb. And that is where the harm comes. So with those additions, please turn to your leaders and ask how you can, as a team, do things together. It is very, very possible. Invite other people. In my medical profession, I don't think we are taught enough of what I have learned over the years with Neolife. Neolife is amazing. You learn a lot. And remember, it is the world's leading whole food nutrition supplement company. Okay, whole food nutrition supplement company. And over and above that, they've given us non-toxic, 100% biodegradable home and industrial cleaning ranges, as well as skincare that is 100% organic. What more could we ask for? So use your products, share in your life, learn as much as you can, and just get to know that your health is in your hands and the choices you make matter a lot. So Susan, let me call you back to close the meeting, and thank you for this opportunity. I often have to do things off the, at very, very short notice, but oh well, that's what we are called to do. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Eseza. Well, we apologize for calling you to do this at short notice, but we also know and are very confident that you always have this information at your fingertips, and so we are never worried about you having the content, but we will able to always give you ample time to prepare. But thanks so much, Dr. Eseza. This is always, your talks are always inspiring. I always learn a lot, and I hope that the team does as well. And I hope that this was enjoyable for you, the team on the call, as much as it was for me. So I'd like to thank you once again, Dr. Eseza, for making the time and for loving Lion Kings. And we hope that this relationship will continue to grow to, boundless limits. I would like to wish you all, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, thank you for making the time for the call, and I hope that it was worth your while, and wish you all a very good night and a lovely weekend and a good week ahead. God bless you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.